obey these instructions, these blessings will follow you. Those are the covenant today I want to talk about. Because the covenant of Jesus Christ, all of us walk under it. The grace of God. We walk under the grace. We love the grace. But you can walk under the grace without seeing the tangible blessing of the Lord. Because the blessing of the Lord is in the Mosaic covenant. It was in the Mosaic covenant that 10 commandments came from. If you follow me wholly, if you follow me with your whole heart, these are the blessings that I will pour you. 2022, child of God, who's listening to me. In John 5, verse 17, he said, if you abide in me, 2022, child of God, I beg of you, stay in the Lord. I beg of you, put God first. I beg of you, follow his instructions. Don't walk under grace alone. Listen, you can walk under grace and be poor. You can walk under grace and be sick. Because there are certain conditions the Lord has already made. There are people who take grace. Because of grace, they sing like the wave fish drink water. They live in sin because of grace. And they wonder why. She shares a testimony. Pastor Frank has a testimony. She has a testimony. There are those people who share their testimony. You will find one thing in common with them. They serve God wholeheartedly. In Deuteronomy 28, he tells them. He now begins to tell them the blessing that will follow them. The blessing that will follow the people that follow after God with their whole heart. He told Joshua, said, this book of the Lord, let it never depart from you, from your heart. Meditate upon it day and night. And you achieve what? And you achieve what? And you achieve what? 2022. Let it be your thing. When men see you, listen, last week, 3 weeks ago, we were talking about doing more. When men see you, they must see you that you serve God. God is not interested in your past. He's interested in your now. God is not interested in what you did yesterday. He's interested in what you are doing now. 2021, 2022. Those who are going to partake of the blessing, those whose life are going to be perfected, where we declare certain things. This year, the Lord said, is a year of open fields. Ask yourself, were you able to enter certain areas? Those who were able to enter open fields and had rest, they were walking in the precepts of God. If you want to enter the covenant and see the covenant nature of God, you must walk under his instructions. You cannot just say that I'm a covenant child of God and you don't want to do part of your covenant. Those who go to juju men, they tell them, bring your wife's fingernail, your auntie's hair, find the eye of an eagle. There are things that they require before they give you what you are looking for. In the same thing is with God, child of God. You ought to serve God. Number one, somebody say serve God. Somebody say serve God. If you are going to walk under perfection, you ought to serve God. Master, 2022 is not 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Kwamina, 2022 is not when I raise song. You don't know. Now you are Googling it. Listen, 2022, somebody say, I will serve God. Somebody say, I will serve God. Don't serve money. Don't serve your job. Don't serve any other thing. But serve God. Walk under his conditions and you will see the blessing of the Lord. Walk under the things he has instructed you and you will see the blessing of the Lord. If you want to enjoy his goodness, make sure that you have done your part. Don't hide under grace. John 5 verse 17, what does he say? He said, if you abide in me, isn't it? If you abide in me and my words abide in you, you ask of what you desire and it shall be done for you. And what's the condition? What was the condition? Juliet, is what? Abide in me. And if you abide in me and my words abide in you, you will ask what you desire and it shall be what? Done for you. The blessing of the Lord has already been released. Don't be a candidate of grace. Grace people. You know what? Sometimes I don't want to teach on grace. I love grace. It is the grace of God that has set one of God free. But before the grace was activated, she was living a certain life. When the prosecutor was speaking for her, say, we monitored her for 7 years. So, even though God wanted to do his part, she had a part to play. Somebody say, conditions. Somebody say, I will walk in the ways of the Lord. Side check movement, cancel it. No. You see, when we were growing up, they had stickers on cars. They would say, try God and see. How many people remember that? Try God and see. Have you tried God? Have you walked with God? Have you walked with God wholeheartedly and God has not delivered? So try him and see in 2022. Walk with him. Listen, be the first to come to church. Be the first to open the